I have brought you here for my first ever solo camp on Dartmoor. It's not my first solo camp, I've done quite a few in my time, but it is my first time here, in the wide open, and you couldn't get more open than Dartmoor. And because I was a little bit anxious, not too bad, I've decided to come to somewhere that I know really well, which is Great Mis Tor. I know the camping spots here. There's a lot of flat places that I can set my tent up on. It's mostly dry. There are some wet patches behind, but it's a good place. It's made me feel more confident driving up here and taking the time. Even if the weather turns a little bit ugly, I know how to get back down. I haven't set my tent up yet. I am a little bit early. I'm really hoping that I'm going to be the only one up here, but it is the Easter holidays. There's a good chance that I'm going to be joined at some point. But I hope that it's going to be a really good evening, and I hope that you enjoy the video. I brought my Wild Country Zephyros Compact 1 today. It's my smallest tent. I read somewhere that it was supposed to be 4-season, but to be honest, I think it's more like a 3. It's certainly got some mesh at the either end, which helps keep it the condensation low. But I do know that sometimes a little draft can come through. I do have my 4-season gear with me today because I get cold. It's going to drop to 5 degrees tonight. That's the forecast. Who knows what it's going to do up here. And it's got a field temperature apparently of 3 degrees, and that's presumably because of the wind. And that is why I have been setting up this tent early. But let's get into my gear choice. Other than the tent, I have, hopefully I won't need it, but that is my down jacket. It's actually quite warm whenever the sun comes out, I'm not going to lie. Electronic gear, which I have my balaclava, which is a wool balaclava, and a merino wool neck gaiter, because I might need that in the night. Clothes. Always have spare clothes and jumper. I have my book to read later and a little notebook just in case some inspiration comes to me. Let's see. I have my Snug Pack bivvy. Really, really good little bivvy bag. I wouldn't be without that one. Never know what's going to happen. Because I like a little bit of luxury, I have my flannel pillow. It's not actually heavy, but it is bulky, as you can tell, which is why I've had to bring the bigger bag. And I got distracted because I saw a fly on my bag, which is right here. And for a second there, I thought it was a tick. And I have a tick phobia. I've already had one on me this year. Don't really want another one. So I have been super vigilant. There we go. My sleeping bag. 4-season down. Mountain equipment. Probably seen this in a video before. It is a bubble gum. It's actually one of my favourite bits of gear. I have my Thermarest air, Four Seasons. And somewhere, there we go, my OE X, my thermolite, not messing around. I want to be warm. And in the bottom of here, my final little thing is my Sundick down booties. Wouldn't be without those. If you have cold feet, it's just makes you feel cold all over. But I'm going to set this up. Be back in a few. There is not much room in this tent. there is a little vestibule. Let me just show you around. It's a very small space. There is a little space just there. Do you know what? I'm glad that I'm actually only 5'5", because there really isn't that much room in here at all. I can sit up if I'm on the outside. When I'm on my actual mat, not so good. If it was raining, I'd probably be pretty miserable in here. But luckily it's not. I think what I would probably do is just move my mat so I could actually sit up properly in those circumstances. Or just lie down, try and sleep. It looks like I'm still the only person here. Sometimes I think I can hear voices, and I don't know if it's just voices carrying from somewhere on the breeze, or whether the wind is just playing a trick on me as it's going through the tool. I'm not going to be too excited yet. We've still got another hour until the sunset. Which you can see is just behind me there. Is the sun's going to be going down below the tor in a minute. Temperature's definitely dropping. It is dropping. And I didn't bring any gloves. But never mind. Yeah, I'm wondering if it's down to the cold. It's a cold Easter. It's not exactly reached up to the temperatures yet that we've had in the past. So I wonder if that's putting people off from camping. I don't mind if they don't want to be here. I'll be wearing earplugs anyway. I don't want to hear any sounds. Like the last video that we shot was from here, and I was woken up by the daddy long legs scratching on the outside of the tent. And then I think outside of the inner. I don't want to have a repeat of that, so earplugs it is. It was a cold night last night. I'm not going to lie, but my gear performed really well. I was warm. I had merino base layers on as well. So I can't complain with that. The tent is a lot smaller than I'm used to. I've got so used to the 2-man, 1 tigress, even on a solo camp. So going back to this little one was interesting, because even getting into your sleeping bag, it's like kind of squirming in like a little worm. Yeah, but I've already packed down the inside of the tent so that I can just go whenever I'm ready. It's the first thing I do when I wake up, because I actually don't want to go back into that little tent unless I have to. I have breakfast. You might have seen. Let me show you. It's actually from a recipe from Fandabadozi, but I've adjusted it a little bit because there was no protein in it. So I've added an egg. I figured I didn't know what the weather was doing today, whether I'd even want to cook anything. So it's all fragmented. It's become. I'm going to need the spoon. It's an OT kind of bannocky type thing. It's very tasty, but like I say, it was missing protein. But there we go. That's my breakfast. When I have a second cup of tea, then I'm going to pack my tent down and I'm going to go. As you probably saw from the first footage, as you probably saw, it is foggy. It is foggy here. Again, I'm beginning to wonder if it's just the mode for being up so high that in the mornings you're going to get fog, which is fine. I was hoping for the sunrise, but I had a nice sunset. But other than the bird song, it's so quiet. I saw one person last night walking along in the distance, but they never came across this way. So I think I might have been the only person on Great Miz. That's quite cool. I can tell you that I'll be back. Not maybe to this one, maybe to other ones and explore, because it just feels great. It feels great being out in the open. Wow, it's just gone deathly silent. The birds have stopped singing as the clouds are coming over. Breakfast. So I'm all packed up, ready to head back down. It's still foggy, but I took a sneaky bearing last night just to make sure that I don't wander off in the wrong direction. I'm pretty confident that I can get my way down okay. But that's it. I have left no trace, and I'm on my way. Thank you for joining me on this trip. I hope you enjoyed it.